Alright guys, bear with me. I'm having some allergy issues today, so I just sneezed a few times before I started this video. So if you see me snotting or if I start sneezing again, I apologize. Just kind of, I don't know, it's like allergy or something bad today. Something's going on. I have to tell you about a dream that I had last night. You know I love my dreams. If you've been with me a while, if you're new here, I love dreams. And I have dreams often, and when I have them, usually, not all the time, but usually they're pretty detailed. I love them. I don't even care if they're nightmares. I love the nightmares. I love any dream, every dream. I love them all. And the more detailed, the longer it seems to last, the better. So what we're going to do is start off this video by talking about my dream. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get it out because it's pretty detailed if I can remember everything. I did write it down. And then we're going to get a message out of it. I still do not know. I did the Scorpio message and I was like, okay, we're going to talk about the dream in a general. And I told Scorpios I didn't know what it meant yet, but I guess we'll wing it. We'll just get it as we go. There could be a connection to Scorpio here, though, okay? So I had a dream last night that I was on, like, this vacation with two of my pregnant friends. Now, I don't have any pregnant friends, okay? But in my dream, I had two friends who were pregnant. They were expecting. And, you know, children, well, we'll get to what I think all of it means later. And one of them was more pregnant than the other. She was bigger, like expecting, maybe she was probably 6-7 months, whereas the other one just had a tiny little bump. And I was not pregnant in the dream. And we're going to this boat dock, right? It's kind of morbid, honestly. There's morbid parts to this dream. And we're going to this boat dock, and as we're approaching the dock, there's all these people on the beach and they're all waiting to like get in the water, but the waves are so like vigorous. Like these waves are just knocking people over and pulling them into the ocean, and everybody's panicking, right? And we're still just walking like la da dee dee dee, right? And so we get up to the boat dock and they're like, it's like this tourist attraction. I don't know what it is about the boat dock, but anyway. And there's this guy who was at the boat dock, and I guess it was like his, I don't know if it was his job to do this or if he just happened to be there, but I had seen him the night before when I like went out with the girls, like went out with the pregnant girls, like, you know. And so we went out and I saw this guy, and he was like, in my dream I was aware, never seen this guy in real life or not, don't even know this person, don't even know if they're a real person, but he was like a podcaster or something. He had like a television presence or something, and he was really cool. I thought he was awesome. We kind of made friends with each other, but we didn't exchange numbers or anything like that. We just like hi bye type thing. And I see him at the boat dock, and he's like telling people, get out of the water, get out of the water. And so I'm like, fuck it, right? Like, I'm gonna get into the water. I'm going over this boat dock, although the waves at this point were like engulfing the boat dock. They were literally killing people. It was killing people. It was pulling people in. Like, I'm talking like massive waves, okay? Like, I'm hearing tidal wave, like big ass waves covering the boat dock at this point. Just like, why anyone would even, why they wouldn't have marked that off. I mean, it's a dream, you know. It is beyond me, but people were still going up and they were like, yeah, we want to walk the boat dock, yeah. And then he was like, well, enter at your own risk, you know. So anyway, we approach, me and my friends, and they go a little bit ahead of me, and I'm not really paying attention at this point because my eyes got drawn down to two koozies. What are those things you put on beers, you know? They're like these foam things that you can cover up a beer with, but it wasn't for a beer. It looked like for champagne flutes for a wedding. There was a bride and a groom one, and they were jellyfish. Like, you know how sometimes you'll see a champagne flute and it'll have like a little tuxedo and a wedding dress on it, you know what I mean? And it'll say bride, groom for like the wedding day for their toast. But this one, I guess, was like beach theme, and it was jellyfish, which if y'all are new here, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, jellyfish, that's my spirit animal, like my main one. I even have one tattooed on my arm. Like, I was a jellyfish before in a past life, y'all know this. It's a long story, okay? Anyway, so I look up, and my friends, the pregnant ones, are being, well, they're getting, let's just say this, they were losing their control of their body in the water because the waves were kind of starting to pull them in, and this guy was still just like not panicking, but he was just yelling at everybody like, get out of the fucking water. So I walk up to the guy holding these things in my hand, right? Because I'm like, I'm taking these. Like, as soon as you lose, you know, somebody's trash is another person's treasure. Maybe somebody drunk left these here, but these are cool. This is a fucking souvenir. I'm taking this shit. Like, this is meant for me to find it, you know? Right at the beginning of the boat dock. So I'm holding these jellyfish koozie type flute champagne looking covered beverage things. And I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, you know, because I saw him last night in my dream. And he's like, you don't want to go into the water right now. It's like really bad. And clearly I knew that because the waves were hitting me. And I'm like, oh, I'm going into the water. And he's like, well, all right, be careful. People are out there dying. And I'm like, it's fine. I've got this. I know how to swim. So I go in and immediately I'm engulfed, right? I'm taken into the water and it's pulling me, all right? And right after, here comes this big ass ship going on the boat dock, like coming down as if the Titanic would, which is crazy because that's literally, you know, the Titanic. My birthday is on the day the Titanic began to sink. Anyways, so the ship starts coming down and I'm like, ah, so I start swimming for my life. I start swimming fast against these waves and shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna get this, woo! But I wasn't panicking, like for some weird reason. I was like on one or something. I was like, I got this. Ain't nothing gonna get me today. So I got out of it barely, but my friends didn't. It didn't, even though they went ahead of me, they didn't. I don't know if they couldn't swim as fast. I don't know what happened, honestly. All I remember is seeing the boat as it went down. Like, the boat was way too big for the boat dock. I don't understand why that boat was going on that boat dock. Doesn't make sense, but it's a dream, you know. Boat's coming down. Imagine it, all the people getting sucked in underneath it and crushed by the boat. I mean, this is awful, right? But this is what I dreamt. Anyway, where was I at? I just lost my train of thought. So the boat was coming down. I get out of it, and my friends were, well, they, if you can imagine, it was a lot of people got, and I don't know how I made it out of it. I guess I was like determined or something. And I mean, I was tired at this point. And the guy, how the hell did he not get taken? And see, that's what I don't understand. But again, it's a dream. So he's standing on the boat dock. You guys staying with me? I know this is a lot, right? It's pretty fucked up. And so he's on it, and the waves are not pulling him under for some reason, and they're like literally over the boat dock at this point. So he's basically standing on water, I guess. I don't know. He's like, look out, watch out for the sharks. Like, he's basically coaching me as I'm in the ocean trying to get back to the shore. I wasn't too far from the shore, but the waves were pulling me deeper into the ocean. And I was definitely not on the boat dock at this point, which I couldn't even feel it anyway because the waves were engulfing it. I was out of the way of the ship. The ship was going into the water now, and all these people were floating to the top. It was just awful. But I'm just like, still swimming. I don't remember feeling panic. I just remember being aware, oh shit, I'm in a predicament. This is fucking bad. I'm probably gonna die. I remember thinking that, but not panicking. And so I'm looking around, and I see these speckled looking sharks, like, I don't know what you'd call those sharks, but they look like real sharks, big ass sharks around me. But the biggest thing that was swimming around me were eels, like these massive fucking eels. And I'm still swimming against this tide, right? And I'm getting closer, believe it or not. I'm getting closer to the shore. I don't know how, but I was. And he's still coaching me from the boat dock, or really on top of the water at the boat dock, just like standing on the water. And he's like, hey, watch out for the eels. You got sharks around you, but they're not really concerned with you right now. I guess they were eating the dead people. I don't know. You would think they would want me because I was flopping around and swimming so hard, but they didn't. And the eels wanted me. And the eels were, I've never seen eels like this. Like, these eels were about the size of the sharks. Like, these were massive eels. These eels were coming for me. And he was like, watch out for the eels. Whatever you do, don't let the eels touch you because they act as a conductor. That he said they acted like as a conductor of electricity, and that they were like jumper cables. And he said, whatever I do, do not let them touch me at all. And they were snapping at my feet because at this point I was so tired in my dream. I was like, oh, like I can't. I was so close to the shore, but I just felt like I couldn't make it. And right when I got close enough that I could feel sand underneath my feet on the shore, I was like, ah! And I was pulling, and this one eel, I'm talking, I could feel the teeth on this motherfucker. It never touched me, but it was so fucking close. And I pulled my legs in, and I got up on shore, and he pulled me to him. Like, he somehow made it over there to me off the boat dock water that he was standing on, made it over to me, pulled me out the rest of the way, and I'm like, wow, thank you so much. I'm trying to catch my breath. And he walks me to this like bungalow area. Is that what they're called? Bungalows? You guys are probably like clicking off by now, but this is really interesting. Oh, sorry. Google picked all that up. What is a bungalow?
According to Investopedia, a bungalow is a style of house or cottage that is typically either a single story or has a second, half, or partial story that is built.
Bungalow on a beach. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it looked like. If you go to Google and type in, y'all probably already know what it is. Y'all probably already know. A bungalow on the beach, and it'll show you. That's exactly what he took me to. It was right where we were at. And anyway, he takes me over there, and I'm still trying to catch my breath, and then he like kisses me, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And he's like, you did really good. And I'm like, they almost killed me. And then I woke up. Yeah, I'm still trying to sit with that. I haven't figured it out yet. What the fuck kind of dream is that? People died. I almost died. There were sharks, people trying to eat me and electrocute the shit out of me. Well, not people, but things, animals, you know, creatures. I mean, the water was yanking me in. Why the hell did I even do it? Why did I even do it? When I saw from damn where I was standing that shit was not a good idea. And what I do, I was even told not to do it. And I was like, nah, it's fine. I'm on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And then these little champagne flutes, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not letting these go. And I don't even remember if I took them home. I'm pretty sure I still had them in my hands when he was kissing me. Oh. Because remember I said they were bride and groom? They literally said bride and groom on them. Okay, hold on. This is some crazy shit. What is going on here? Now we got to figure out what type of message that dream was trying to tell us. Because I was told in my core, in my consciousness, something said, get on here and tell everybody about this dream. I was going to say it in a Scorpio message, but something said I'm going to do it in a general. Because not everybody will click on the Scorpio message. So, what the fuck? Alright, so, yeah. It's like somebody has been deciding whether or not they should, right? Whether or not they should do something. If you go back to the pregnant friends, okay, I said they were at different months. I don't know if that has any significance here. And if y'all have any interpretation of this dream, please let me know. But I think it has a lot to do with love. I mean, off the top of my head, it feels very strongly like it has something to do with love. Like, pregnancy symbolizes the birth of a new life, but it doesn't mean necessarily children, and I don't think it does here. It could be. So there could be some people giving birth in the next few weeks, months, days, hours, something. But it could also be that something here is going to change. It may be a very uncomfortable change. It may actually wear somebody out, because I was completely worn out. I was winded. I was absolutely gutted. I was winded. I was like, oh my God. But I still had breath to suck his face off, you know? So obviously I wasn't that winded. And so I went through a significant transformation. I was put under a tremendous amount of pressure and forced to perform at like my peak, you know? I was forced to, but I put myself in that situation. I knew that it was not going to be easy, clearly. I knew that I saw other people go before me and they were just, I don't know, having what didn't look like a jolly old time. And I thought, oh, it's fine. It's you know, it's vacation. This is live it up, you know, live it up. I can do this. And I knew, I never thought I couldn't do it. But then other things happened that I wasn't suspecting. You know, I was only thinking about the water. I wasn't expecting the sharks and the eels and the fucking boat that almost landed on my head and killed my friends and everybody else in the water. And then I definitely wasn't expecting this human, well, I'm going to say Jesus creature, because they were, you know, how was he not getting pulled in? It was like coaching me through it. Just like, hey, you know, watch out for this. You're going to explain. They're right behind you. You know, they're about to get your feet. Don't let them touch you. You know, they're a conductor of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I got it. But like, how could I even hear? Because I was in the water. But somehow he communicated to me and I heard and I listened and I just did what he said. And I pushed through. It's like I never thought I couldn't do it. And then I was pulled out of it the rest of the way. because I fought for myself. I fought for my life. I never stopped believing. I was willing to put myself through it. I was willing to fight. I was willing to try. I was willing to suffer to have an experience. I was willing to go through it instead of just be safe. I allowed myself to be put in a situation that was going to challenge me, that I didn't know how it was going to end, but I was also just kind of like, I had this like odd, random, blind, probably a little ignorant, naive faith that it's no big deal, you know. But I wasn't prepared for what I would come out with, and I came out with a lot. Like, I was more challenged than I thought I would be, and I came out stronger because of it. And I was completely greeted with love and acceptance. And I got a fucking souvenir, you know? I got a souvenir. I mean, how the hell did I not lose that souvenir? I don't know. But I got a couple souvenirs. I got the guy and I got the fucking flutes, you know? I got the, you know, jellyfish covered flute. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the actual glass. You know what I mean? The covers over champagne flutes that were jellyfish shaped and said bride and groom on them. So it's like, somebody here, it's like they find it worth it to do something, or they're going to find it worth it. It's almost like, fuck it, I'm already this far, I've already come all this way, or I've already been through so much that I might as well just kind of go in. I might as well just dive on in and have the experience of a lifetime. Not at all worried that it's not going to work out, because I want to reiterate, I never thought I wasn't going to make it. Even seeing the sharks in the water, I mean, the water was so clear. But before that, everything was clear. It was clear that it was a dangerous fucking situation. The waves were like, they were killing people before I even walked up there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I fucking got this. I wasn't expecting the boat at all. The boat didn't even fit the boat dock. Damn near wasn't any way. I definitely couldn't go out the way I came in. One, the boat dock was covered at this point. And two, it was probably crushed by that big ass boat that I don't know how it went over it, you know? There's no way I was going to go back the way that I came in. I had to go out another way. I had to go out my own way. I couldn't look and see what was happening to everyone else. I couldn't get distracted by what had happened to my friends, what was happening to the strangers on the beach. I couldn't. It was like I had to fight for my own life. And I had to just keep forward and listen to the instructions that I was being given and trust in the directions that I was being given to be led to safety. And it's like I did. I just did everything that my gut told me to do, and I got out. And then not only did I get out, but I was taken to shelter, because a bungalow is shelter, and embraced with love. Someone does not know how something is going to go for them, but they do know, no matter what, that they need to do it. It's like an intuitive knowing, like, I need to do it. I came here to do this. Like, I have to do this. I'm going to do the work. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to take the instruction, listen, and I don't even know what I'm going to get out of this, but I'm being called. I'm being called to do it. If this is love, someone's willing to basically face hell and high water to get what they know is for them. It's like somebody feels it. They know for a fact. It's like someone's willing to fight for love. Damn. It is a struggle, and it's more than one struggle. It seems like a shit ton of battles at one time, but it's like, we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it with more than we even bargained for. We're going to come out stronger in the end. Wow, and we may lose some people along the way. Now, before I go, let's look up the spiritual meaning of an eel. Eel, spiritual meaning. The spiritual meaning of the eel is one of endurance, perseverance. The eel will only ever move forward. Really? An eel only moves forward? What? The eel symbolizes overcoming all obstacles. Oh, let me click the link. Moving through and making progress. Let me save this link because I find it really informative. I could read the rest, but I'll read it when we get off here. It'll take me too long. And then I want to look up the sharks. Eel. Eel. Okay, now let's look up shark, spiritual meaning.
According to About My Brain Institute, with its sleek and powerful form, the shark becomes a bearer of spiritual energy, guiding us to tap into our inner strength, enhance self-confidence, and...
Wow. The shark is also a symbol of power and authority. Power, superiority, and authority are among the meanings associated with the shark. Self-trust, momentum, focus, and survival. Motherfucker. And then my favorite, lastly, jellyfish, spiritual meaning.
According to Quora, jellyfish can be symbolic of vulnerability, adaptability, and the ability to sting or protect oneself.
Energetic flow and Reiki. Acceptance and faith. Surrendering to the waves without struggling or sinking in emotionally challenging times. Wow. Yeah, like literally facing life's challenges, whatever's thrown at you, knowing that you don't know everything that you're going to be hit with, like the fucking boat. You don't know what's coming. You may see some things may be clear, but other things you don't even know what you're going to do until you get there. You don't know what you're going to be faced with, what you're going to have to overcome. But if you continue forward and you push through, you're going to be surprised what's waiting for you on the other end and the lessons that you learn due to your ability to stay focused and move forward and fight for yourself. This is like the whole entire dream was like, don't give up. Don't give up. I know you want to give up. I know that you want to give up. And if this isn't you, it could be somebody around you who's been experiencing that. It's like, I'm telling you right now, this is when the baby is about to be born. You're just going to have to fucking push. You're going to have to fucking push. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to pull. You're going to have to claw your fucking way out. You're going to have to fight for yourself. You may even have to fight for your life, but you're going to have to fight. And you're going to have to believe, and you're going to have to listen. Pay attention to everything around you. The signs, the synchronicities. Learn the lessons. Be aware. And you will come out of it not only alive, but a completely new person. And you'll be greeted with love and shelter. It's a message of endurance. And taking chances, really. Because like I said, going back to it, I knew damn good and well a little bit of what I was about to get myself into, what I was about to be faced with, because I saw it before I even approached the shit, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, you know, YOLO, and like not a care in the world, you know. And the interesting thing is, right, I told you the guy was there, but I had met him the night before. And what did I tell you he did? He was like a podcaster. Like I had some sort of an awareness in my dream that he had an online presence, whatever that means. Like he was online for sure. I knew that. I knew that he was like on television. He was online. He was connected. I knew that he was connected. Anyway, alright guys, let me know what you think about this crazy ass dream and all the shit in it and what you take from it, because I'm interested to see like what message do you get out of it. I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Some of you are gonna, I don't know, it's like somebody here, if you haven't discovered like the love of your life, or if they haven't discovered you, I think it's coming, it's happening, and in some way you're gonna like help each other through some pretty crazy shit. But in the end, it's just gonna be the two of you. I mean, he literally kissed me right after I got out. And it was like, I don't know, like instant love. Really? That's how it felt. Instant love. Like I belonged, which sounds really fucking awful to say, but it doesn't feel awful. In my dream, it felt right, you know? I felt like I belonged to him and he belonged to me. Now, it doesn't have to be he, she type thing. It could be she, he, right? But in my dream, it was a male. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Wow, crazy. That's nuts. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.